The Story of Lucy Gault by William Trevor. An intriguing tale saga, which I enjoyed in its sadness because I'm a small Marquis de Sade, of course. No, I guess I'm masochistic. Not sadistic because I have those birds of prey torturing me for whining here. Enjoyed, although there is a deep sadness in it, and ultimately somehow maybe a sense of futility, or again masochism. It was a Freudian slip. I mean, in that I said masochism connected with something here or a joke, but then it was the secret I was looking for in the book. No, not really. It's not. Masochism is when you do harm to yourself. But Lucy Gault has a lot of pain and suffering, which can be ended, in fact, like here. You just need to take action. Kill the bastard. No, it's just water. So, yes, she did cause part of the trauma, but then she's a child. And again, yes, as an adult, she could take a different decision at one point. I guess, I'm sure, but, well, it's part of the charm of this and any other great novel that it's puzzling. You can think of alternatives. You do say, what if? And you imagine those alternatives, and it's thought-provoking. It's not simple. It's not the Arabian Nights, which is again also wonderful, one of the best 100 works of humankind, as selected by the Norwegian Book Club. Asking, it's not something local there, but they asked the luminaries of the day. I think it was compiled some decades ago, and these luminaries included Salman Rushdie, alas, recently stabbed, lost use of one eye. Fundamentalist, Umberto Eco, regretted, Nadine Gordimer and others, John Irving. So, first of all, I think we may do 2 notes on this so that we don't spend a half hour here now. Pressed by circumstances also. So this is Ireland. We have a family of Anglo-Irish living there at the time of what called the Troubles, depicted in quite a few books I loved, one of which would be, I need to come back to that, in the trilogy by J.G. Farrell. And the family is at one point under attack. So the English were pressed to leave Ireland for good. Ireland was seeking its independence. And the clashes were vicious at times. So at night, we have this small group of men. Were they 3? And that's something I can't remember. And Captain Gault is there to defend his family, and he's shooting at the assailants in the dark, and he's wounding one of them. And that will result in many ways in a sort of an increased tension. Because what will they do now? What they were doing, these in particular, and in general, the fighters for the freedom of Ireland. There were torching houses, so there were many innocents, many individual families that suffered because of the greater conflict. So, thinking of his family and talking with his wife, they decide they have to leave and they can't risk their lives there. And they have this daughter, Lucy Gault. This is her story, and she can die. And so, as it is, they could imagine a future in which they leave. Troubles are, the situation is settled. There's a solution to the problem. They would see what happens, and they come back. Only Lucy Gault doesn't want that. I mean, she lived her childhood. She has a friend, a dog, in the neighborhood, who comes to see her and will play, in fact, an important role. He's playing with her things when she's going to the beach there near the sea, near the shore. And so she's going to swim once in a while. She's going to the beach, and he's as well as trying to get one thing or another and go with it, play. And let's anticipate and say at one point, as he is on the beach with the family, he will look into the sand and find something which belongs to her. And that will be considered a clue, evidence as to what happened. But let's leave that for tomorrow, shall we?